Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all the honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles, a great millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning. And unto the Ba'ath Adabadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad. I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. Okay, so all right, this afternoon's lesson is going to be on knowing the real from the fake, gold and silver, the real thing from the fake. So we're gonna get started off with the book of Ezekiel, the real and the fake, knowing those who got the truth and who maintain their integrity and will endure to the end, versus those that are gonna, bug out and lose faith and confidence in the Lord and going back into that worldly state of mind, that beastly state. All right, so this is going to be the book of Ezekiel, the 22nd chapter, verse 17. And it says, moreover, Ezekiel 22 and 17, sorry. Verse 17, it says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, verse 18, Son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross. And dross meaning dirty, filthy, or undesirable, not wanted. So it says right here, is to me become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace. There are even the dross of silver. So we're the house of Israel has become, weak, filthy, and undesirable. I mean, look at us in the state that we're in. And that also goes into the Israelite groups, because you do have wicked Israelites amongst the ministry that try to twist the doctrine to fit their own agenda. But those that are of that choice gold, which I'm about to get into soon, who's of that choice gold that the Lord looks for, those are the ones that stand boldly and keep his word for all the way to the end. All right. Verse 19, and it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because ye are all become dross. Behold, therefore I will gather you in the midst of Jerusalem. Verse 20, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. Okay, talking about the ICBMs. Okay, so think of it like, to think about that. That is a very, very terrifying thing to think about, being an undesirable, being left just to burn. Think about that, man. The ultimate judgment, those ICBMs, just think about it, when, in that day, Lord willing, if we see the chariots, come about and, gather up the elect, and if you're not up there with them, it's just like, shit. But that it's the Lord's will. All right, that was verse 21, yes. I'm gonna go verse 22. And it says, as silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I, the Lord, have poured out my fury upon you. That right there should tell you just how serious this is. All right, I'm gonna go to, let me see. I'm gonna go to Isaiah, the first chapter, starting at let's start verse 22. Actually, start at verse 21, and it says, Isaiah chapter 1, verse 21. It says, how has the faithful city become an harlot? It was full of judgment, and righteousness lodged in it, but now murderers. Verse 22, thy silver has become dross, thy wine mixed with water. So we are supposed to be a peculiar treasure unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And look at us. Look at what we've done. We were supposed to be a holy nation, to be separate. You know, and ever since we started taking on the ways of the heathen, look at what we've become. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai don't even recognize us. He's like, who are you? My choice gold? You know, just, is this what you've become? You know? And I chose you to be peculiar and holy unto me. And now you got, let's see. Verse 23, it says, thy princes are rebellious and companions of thieves. Everyone loveth gifts and follow after rewards. They judge not the fatherless, neither doth the cause of the widow come unto them. 24, therefore saith the Lord of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, I will ease me of mine adversaries and avenge me of my enemies. So, like I said, we took on the customs of the heathen. We start falling away from the law, statutes, and commandments. And now the Lord is, you know, 2/3 of Israel is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's enemy, along with the other heathen nations, and mainly the number one enemy, Esau, Edom. So, it says in verse 25, and I will turn my hand upon thee, and purely purge away thy dross, and take away all thy tin. Verse 26, and I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterward thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. Okay? So the Lord is going to purge out all our impurities, you know, and Lord willing that, the Lord put the Spirit upon us to take the heat, because Jacob's trouble is going to be a very intense and hot moment, man. And he's going to restore thy judges as at the first. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. And thy counselors, let's see. I already read that, okay. So, verse 27, it says, Zion shall be redeemed with judgment, and her converts with righteousness. 28, and the destruction of the transgressors of the sinners shall be together, and they that forsake the Lord shall be consumed. Okay? So, those that follow the ways of this world, it's judgment for them, but those who are, who faithfully follow the Lord all the way to the end, those are that's the Lord willing, but we are of the elect, being redeemed with judgment and converts with righteousness. All right, Salakia, let's see. Okay, I'm going to keep continuing down before I get to the next one. Verse 29 says, for they shall be ashamed of the oaks which ye have desired, and shall be confounded with the gardens that ye have chosen. And it says 30, for ye shall be as an oak whose leaf fadeth, and as a garden that hath no water. Okay, so, that's talking about the 2/3, being ashamed because of the ways of the heathen that they chose. They chose the world over Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and they chose that these doctrines of devils and all that, they choose their own righteousness instead of choosing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, which is the only way. All right, so I know I was kind of going on with that. This is going to be I'm going to get Proverbs. This is going to be, actually, let me get Zechariah first. Zechariah 13:8. And it says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third part shall be left therein. Verse 9, but I will bring the third part through the fire, and it will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. All right, so 2/3, that's a lot of dross. And 1/3 is that choice, is that silver, that's refined silver and tried gold. So, that's why the Lord said he's going to first start with the house of Israel. The whole clean house process. Judgment must first begin at the house of the Most High, roughly paraphrasing. It's time to clean house. And now we got, let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to get Proverbs 25. This is going to be Proverbs 25, verse 4. And it says, take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. Verse 5, take away the wicked from before the king, and his throne shall be established in righteousness. Okay? Removing all those impurities, and taking away the wicked taking away the wicked before the king, spiritual sense, cleansing the 2/3, through judgment and destruction, and his throne shall be established in righteousness. That's what I'm starting with the elect, the 144,000 and the multitude. Then everything else comes. Next we're going to go to, like I said, so when you're trying gold, and that when you're trying the gold in the fire, the refining process, it's not too familiar, but you have to, you heat it, and then to see if it's choice gold, it doesn't have no kinks or any, or if it's no kinks, no chips, none of that cankered shit. It comes out just as that pure substance. This is going to be the Proverbs, still the book of Proverbs, the 26th chapter. It's going to be at verse 23. And it says, burning lips and a wicked heart are like a potsherd covered with silver dross. A potsherd is just basically a fragment of a ceramic pot. So, burning lips and a wicked heart, lying lips and a mind full of iniquity. That's, it's no good. It's undesirable. Okay, so first let me see. This is gonna be let me get Proverbs again, 17:3. Okay, here we go. Proverbs 17:3. The finding pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold, but the Lord trieth the hearts. So, if our minds come out as that, as refined silver and choice gold, it's the Lord is testing our wisdom, our integrity, and just basically he's just trying our spirit, because the Lord already knows who you are, because I before I formed the womb, before I formed thee in the womb, I knew thee. So there's no getting around that. But Lord willing that that we get it right. This is going to be the book of I'm gonna go to the book of James. Actually, let me get 1 Timothy. This is gonna be 1 Timothy First Timothy. First Timothy chapter 4, verse 1, and it says, "Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils." Okay? Those are for those who are, oh, ye of little faith, not completely rooted into this, don't 100% believe in it, you know? So that's why, like I said, those that fall out, that's just the dross. And for those that teach or twist the doctrine, that's dross. It's undesirable. It's filthy. It's not pure. Let's see here. Get the book of James. Looks like I skipped it. James 5 and 3. And it says, James 5 and 3, your gold and silver is well, this is concerning the rich men and those that follow worldly riches. And it says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were. Eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Okay, so basically, and this goes into the other wicked Israelite camps that, you know, try to sell this truth. In the you know, the scriptures say, sell it not. You know, Yahweh B'Shem Ashai gave this to us for free. He gave it to us for free. So, you know, and this is you're not supposed to make merchandise of the word. Okay? That's also dross, because you don't fully trust and believe in Yahweh B'Shem Ashai. So you got to chase after that bag. That's dross. Like, that's why you can't serve two masters. You will either hate the one or love the other. You can't serve the Most High and Mammon, and Mammon is the god of riches. All right. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna get Isaiah. Let's see, this is gonna be Isaiah 13 and 12. Isaiah 13 and 12. Well, actually, let me get this one real quick. This is gonna be First Peter. I'm gonna hold Isaiah there. This is gonna be First Peter. Let's see. Come on. Let's see. So lucky. Okay, First Peter 4 and 12, and it says, "Beloved, make it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you." Okay, so we are that silver that's being refined and the gold that's being tried, Lord willing, that we endure to the end, because this is what it's going to take. This is one big fiery trial that we all have to undergo. And like the title of this video, the real from the fake, gold and silver, you know, are we the real gold and silver? That pure gold and refined silver with no dross? Or are we going to be dross itself, which is the undesirables, the dirty, the filthy, the beastly? So you have to understand the certain things that happen to you in life, it's all for the trying of your faith, whether it be something minor, worldly, or something. As a matter of fact, okay, one of my hobbies is I got into it recently about katanas, you know, the Japanese culture. Not that I'm getting into the philosophy or anything, but I bought a katana right here, Cost me $800. And when I took it out, when I was cleaning, what happened was there was an incident where the plastic inside the scabbard got caught at the bottom. I tried to rake it out, and with a metal one of those hangers that you take apart, you make a hook. But first, I tried to use water to push it out with the water with the plastic, but that didn't do anything. And then yeah, I got some of this weird stuff on the edge of the blade here. And you know, I thought to myself through the spirit that, you know, not that I'm putting my faith in anything in this world. It's just, you know, it's something I could use, but ultimately you have to rely on Yahweh Shemel Shai. So when I saw that stuff on my sword, it probably came from the inside of the scabbard when it was still damp for me trying to get the plastic out, which was, you know, that's my fault, but it made me think, you know, Yahweh Shemel Shai is telling me, you know, Darash, you're not going to need that blade in that day. Not when you got me. So, you know, that's why I just wanted to show you that. It's nothing like, not like I'm going into a heathen custom or anything, so I just don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. But, so yeah, so I'm going to read 1 Peter 4:12 again. It says, "Behold, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you as though some strange thing happened unto you." Okay? Yahweh Shemel Shai is purifying you, you know, removing the dross, make you clean, make you understand, make you disciplined. You know, you don't, so, you know, the things of this world are only temporary. And, let's see, I was going, Isaiah 13:12. And it says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir." So, a man of Yahweh Shemel Shai will be made more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And, you know, Lord willing, that we are those men that are more precious than gold. That we, you know, whatever trial we go through in our own individual walks, you know, pray that, you know, that you're amongst those men. You know, that's, let me see. I think it's in Hebrews. All right, this is chapter of Hebrews 11:1. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Okay. So, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay. So, the reason why I'm bringing this out is because, again, you know, the real from the fake. The real ones are the ones that are going to stand firm into the end. You know, those are the ones that are going to keep 100%, you know, keep 100% of the doctrine. Those are the ones. The real choice, the real from the fake, the gold and the silver. And, you know, you even have another thing too. The other way how you know that these other Israelite camps are dross is because the Lord is exposing them right now. A lot of some of the members from their camps are leaving, admitting that GMS, Great Millstone, was right about the Charagma and a few other things too. So it's kind of like, yeah, now you're starting to see who's the real from the fake. All right. I hope that this lesson was edifying unto the body and to those that are new coming in, listening, and learning with all sincerity. I'd like to give all the honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity, and to the men, women, and children that are listening and learning, unto the Bayathat of Adah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad. I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. See you in the next lesson, Lord willing. And once again, with the blade, I don't know, like, that. Hopefully it doesn't damage the blade because I did pay a lot of money for it. But aside from that, I'm not putting my faith or trust in any of these things. It's just a hobby. So I just don't want you guys to think of me as being like someone who's getting into that whole heathen thing. But anyway, see you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharallah, Wa Abava Bal, Shalom, Barakatam.